Hello to the people of Trinity Cathedral in Cleveland, Ohio. My name is BJ Owens. I'm the Dean of Trinity. Election season is open for Trinity's leadership positions. Now, this is not the usual time that we do this. It's typically at our annual meeting in late spring. We couldn't gather then, so we're holding elections now. You can vote by mail. Please have it postmarked by September 8th. I think that's a Tuesday, or you can bring it to church on that Sunday. We'll be worshiping outside, so we'll be gathering together. If you're coming to worship, or if you just want to drop it off, it will be available between 8 and 1 for you to drop the ballots off. People have already begun sending their ballots. If you're not a voting member of Trinity and you'd like to be, let us know. We want you to be. So get in touch with Ginger Bittakofer, or you can reach out to me and we can talk about how to make that happen. So the election season is open. People have already begun sending in their ballots. What I want you to do in this process of election is to remember that this is a process of discernment that we go through every year. And I want it not just to be a simple election, but rather one in which we each individually approach the slate, the ballot, the process prayerfully and invite the Holy Spirit into that process. So I have two things I want you to look carefully at as a part of voting, as a part of bringing into prayer the sense of how we want to see the cathedral continue to grow moving into the future. And of course, just in the near future, coming through the next year or two. First of all, you have the slate of candidates for Cathedral Council, Vestry, and our nominating committee. And I am thrilled to have that and to share that with you. I know that was offered a few weeks ago. This is an incredibly rich pool of folks who are willing to offer themselves, and the story in the explanation of all the folks who are presenting themselves as candidates. You have each person tells, I think, a wonderful story of what leadership, of what commitment and service to the church, to the cathedral, to the community beyond, what that can look like. So I am grateful to each and every one of you who has put yourself forward for leadership. And we're in such a great position because we can't go wrong. There are just so many wonderful candidates. But what I also want you to do, all of you who are voting, remember I'm not eligible to vote. I have other opportunities for leadership in the cathedral. I want you to spend some time with what the vestry prepared for the nominating committee. We call it a charge, as in this is what we're looking for. We're not looking for specific people, but we recognize that these different leadership bodies have different requirements, have different skill sets needed, and then in each given year, we have specific needs. And our hope was not only so that the nominating committee would have this as they began the process of inviting and discerning who to put forward for elections, but then so that every member of the congregation can see this and get a sense of what it is where our specific needs are as we look for leadership. So I want you to take a look at that document, spend some time with it in prayer, and hold it next to this list of wonderful candidates. And yes, I'm pleased to say you can't go wrong. But I think it also helps to bring in that sense of discernment and prayer. Remember that for vestry, we're looking for folks with pastoral leadership, with organizational management and governance, with the wisdom and steady presence that it takes to be a grounded leadership body within the cathedral itself. Specifically, now this charge says that we're looking for a treasurer as well as a leadership of stewardship and development work, because those who've been leading those are stepping down after their terms have ended. Little change for you. Paul Hergesell is going to step into the treasurer role. So we're no longer looking for a treasurer, but he is largely involved in facilities right now. So he'll be doing a little bit less of that, which means there's a greater need on vestry now for facilities management and visioning as well. So we have great candidates. All of our candidates are each have a particular skill set. I invite you to consider that. And then for council, we're looking for folks, once again, with pastoral leadership, ministry experience, and awareness of the many ministries that Trinity offers, as well as the discernment that we're called on not only to bring new ministries into existence to help cultivate and steward those as they go, but also sometimes to recognize when certain ministries need to go through changes or even to lie fallow for a little while. That's an important role of discernment that we seek for Cathedral Council members. In all of these, we're looking for people. With different types of professional and life experiences. We're intentionally looking for greater diversity, as well as looking for people of color in particular to take leadership roles within the cathedral. We're also looking for members to serve as on the nominating committee next year. So these are the folks that we're looking for. So I want you to spend a little bit of time, and I want to give thanks to the vestry for being as transparent as possible about what we're looking for and trying to do it in a way that we can all, recognize see ourselves in leadership, or to think about who do we know who fills these roles particularly well. The goal is to get more and more of us into this profound sense, not just of leadership, but of rich participation in the spiritual life of the cathedral. So I ask you to hold all of our candidates in their prayers, hold our cathedral in your prayers as folks prepare and send in their ballots, and trust that God's gracious presence is in the midst of all of it. Blessings and thanks to each and every one of you.